Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the stability of emulsion. Before going to the topic of stability of emulsion, we have to understand what is the meaning of emulsion. So emulsions are the biphasic liquid preparation in which one phase is immiscible into the another. So here are the two phases and one phase is immiscible to the other. This is the main reason for their instability because on standing the emulsion for a shorter period of time also there is high chances of their separation. If the two phases will separate out, then the active pharmaceutical ingredient accuracy in both phases will differ, and it will cause the instability in accurate dosing and does not provide longer use of such emulsion. So there are basically three types of instability in case of emulsion. First one is sedimentation and creaming. Second is thermodynamically instability, that is coalescence or cracking. And third is phase inversion. First is what is sedimentation and creaming. Sedimentation means any particles are settling down according to gravity. And creaming means when particle moves upward, this is called creaming. As the dispersed droplets are subjected to gravity force, they tend to move upward or downward, but not both. Either they will move in upward direction or either they will move in downward direction. If they will move in upward direction, it will cause creaming, and if they will go downward, it will cause sedimentation. Creaming usually occur in case of oil in water emulsion, and sedimentation usually happen in case of water in oil emulsion. The rate of sedimentation or creaming is described by the Stokes law. The Stokes law is represented here. The formula for the Stokes law is V is equal to 2R square bracket sigma minus rho into G divided by 9 eta, where V is the velocity of sedimentation or creaming of dispersed particle of radius r. Density rho is the density of the liquid. Eta is the viscosity of the liquid and g is acceleration due to gravity. The process is reversible and gentle shaking redistribute the droplets throughout the continuous phase. If any process is reversible, then there is not a big challenge to recover the original formulation. So creaming is, but still then creaming is undesirable because it is inelegant and inaccurate dosing is possible if shaking is not thoroughly done. Second, additionally, creaming increases the likelihood of coalescence of globules and therefore breakdown of the emulsion due to cracking occur. It means creaming causes another kind of problem which is cracking. Second problem is the coalescence or cracking. Emulsions are thermodynamically unstable system. There is interfacial free energy between the two phases. To enhance their stability, the dispersed droplet come closer to each other and fuse in an attempt to decrease the exposed surface area. Coalescence is the fusion of two or more droplets of dispersed phase forming one droplet. This ends up to the separation of the dispersed phase as a separate layer. Coalescence is irreversible process and redispersion can't be achieved by shaking. So coalescence is irreversible process. It will cause a difficult problem or a big challenge to us for the stability of the emulsion. If this is reversible, it will not cause a big problem because by shaking we can again gain our original position. Now There are some questions how to prevent creaming and cracking. First one is globule size. Smaller particles have slower creaming or sedimentation than larger particles. Stable emulsion required a maximal number of small size globule and a few as possible larger than not larger than 15 micrometer diameter. A homogenizer will efficiently reduce droplet size by forcing the emulsion through a small aperture to reduce the size of globules. Additionally, reducing droplet size may increase the viscosity if more than 30% of dispersed phase is present. Second is by increasing the viscosity of the continuous phase. By increasing the viscosity of the continuous phase will reduce the globule creaming and hence coalescence, as this reduces the movement of globule. Then how to increase viscosity? First is viscosity enhancing agent which increase the viscosity of the continuous phase may be used in oil in water emulsion. The ingredients that are used in oil in water emulsion to increase the viscosity are tragacanth, sodium alginate and methyl cellulose. Higher percentage of oil phase can also increase the viscosity. Third is decreasing the globule size of the internal phase. Fourth is higher amount of solid fat in the oily phase. Third method is by using emulsifying agent that may be hydrocolloid, surfactant or any other. They form interfacial film and provide mechanical barrier which reduce the chances of coalescence. Second, जो surfactant may reduce the interfacial tension between two phases. Third, hydrocolloid enhance the viscosity of the medium. Care should be taken for any effect that could affect the interfacial film. Last is storage temperature. Extreme of temperature can lead to emulsion cracking. When water freezes, it expands, so undue pressure is exerted on the dispersed globules and the emulsifying agent film, which may lead to cracking. Conversely, an increased temperature decreases the viscosity of the continuous phase and disrupts the integrity of the interfacial film. An increasing number of collisions between droplets will also occur, which leads to increased creaming and cracking. So, fluctuation of the temperature should be avoided for the storage of emulsion.